I'm Meredith Molinari here live on the PlayStation stage here at E3. And if there's one thing we all know about the undead, it's that they hate foliage. And apparently the feeling is very mutual. I'm here with Gary Clay, and we are here to discuss Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Thanks for having me. Very excited.
I'm really excited about this. We've got all sorts of new characters to talk about. We've got some PlayStation exclusives to talk about. But first thing I want to mention is that this is going to be running in 1080p, 60 frames per second.
Yeah, it looks
That's
absolutely
beautiful.
gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of people have been playing it over there and getting really excited about the look and feel, especially the colors, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, it's not often that you see a shooter that's this colorful.
It's super vibrant.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some of the, different multiplayer modes that are now being added to Garden Warfare.
Yeah, so the way that we work over at PopCap is we're constantly adding to the game. So all of our DLC content is free, and we bring in new game modes, new maps, and new pieces of content. But the game modes you're going to start with are Gardens and Graveyards, which is a version of Battlefield's Rush mode. So it's kind of a 24-player back and forth between the plants and the zombies, where they're pushing them back on an objective-based gameplay. There's also Gnome Bomb, which is an 8 versus 8 gameplay mode.
I love the Gnome Bomb. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's a little gnome that spawns in the middle of the map with obviously explosives strapped to it, and then you're going to take it to 3 objectives and defend it as a team. There's also a 4-player online co-op gameplay mode, and then Team Deathmatch as well.
And what about Team Vanquish?
Yeah, Team Vanquish is one of my favorite gameplay modes, actually. So that's kind of a really frantic, tight-knit, 24-player gameplay mode.
Awesome. All right, so we're actually going to have a chance to take a look at some of this live now in gameplay on the PS4 here today.
Yeah, this is the first time that anyone has seen the pre-order characters for PlayStation, so very excited.
Very cool. So we'll talk about this character we're looking at right here, because this is a PlayStation exclusive character.
Correct, yeah. So if you order right now on PlayStation, you're going to get a couple of different character customizations. And the first one is Sly Fox. So I've got my esteemed colleague, Owen, backstage driving. So if you want to give him a little spin, Owen. So you can see that the hat here is going to give you the Sly Fox feel.
Yes.
You can customize all your character classes. So within Plants vs. Zombies, we've got 8 different character classes. The 4 on the zombie side are the All-Star, which you'll get different variants of. So we can take a quick look at the Cricket Star. Here's a Ratchet and Clank look and feel as well.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And so he's kind of your big, hunking kind of full attack class. He's going to take a lot of damage, cause a lot of noise and problems for the plants. The Scientist and the Engineer are kind of support classes. Scientist is a very fast class. One of my favorite versions is the Marine Biologist, if you want to go over one. So he has a zombie dolphin as his weapon, and as you can see, he's sporting some hot sauce and a sombrero.
I just imagine all you guys sitting in a room trying to think of, like, what can we do to put guns on a fish?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, the guys have had a lot of fun with the different classes. I mean, do you want to flip over to the plant side? So let's have a look at the Commando P. So when you take a look at the Commando P, he's a kind of rapid-fire gun shooter. Here's another little look at the Sly Fox look. But one of my favorites is Fat Princess, which you're going to see on the Chomper. So, Haki.
Wow.
So this is one of the PlayStation exclusive
I love how her
items.
teeth are candy.
That is
I love that princess.
a little customization called Candy Crusher, which may
That's
or may not
very
be
cool.
influenced by a certain game. And he's also using the zombie customization so Chomp is the sneakiest plant class. He spends a lot of time using kind of avoiding abilities and trapping zombies. So this is him actually trying to become one of the zombies a little bit to camouflage him in there.
That's very cool.
Let's have a quick look at the cactus. So this is a Ratchet and Clank feel for the cactus. I love the fact these are super amusing you already. Good. So this is one I prepared earlier with the comedy hands as well. So a lot of fun.
That's very awesome. I'm looking at some of them online. And the garlic drone?
Yeah, that's one of his abilities. So there's actually 2 drones in the game right now for our cactus players, and that is going to be the garlic drone and then the artichoke drone. And the difference between those 2, the garlic drone is a mass airstrike that takes a little bit of time to come in, and then it will do a lot of area of effect damage. But the artichoke drone is for people that really want to pinpoint just one very specific point with a very slow cooldown, and then be able to target one player at a time.
Yeah, difficult to master, but I bet it'd be a
lot
lot of points you get from it once you do.
Oh, absolutely. There is a lot of different ways to play. The key thing is matching the class types together. So using fire and ice classes together, using toxic classes together, and then all of the character classes you can actually build an entirely different loadout.
And now while you're playing through the game in any of the levels that you're playing through, you're actually earning points for everything you do, whether it's an assist or a heal or a kill. you're just racking up tons of points.
Absolutely. Yeah, when we launch on PlayStation, we've actually revamped the system a little bit so that there is more coins for things like support classes, assists, spending time playing the objective. So we really wanted to make it so that it felt like team play was really rewarded well in that. And you use those coins to open up sticker packs. At the moment, we've cheated and we've got 11 million coins. But you will then open up in the sticker shop a bunch of packs. Let's just have a look at Sticker Book, actually, Owen. 1 second. So when you've opened those, you're actually going to be able to track your progress and see which stickers you still have to get, and it's also the way that you get new character variants.
So you can, with your stickers, you can get new characters, whether they be zombies or plants, and you can actually get weapon upgrades as well.
Correct, yeah. So you can see here on the right the different weapon upgrades that we have for the basic Sunflower. If you hit R2 on that, this is going to show you some of the different character-specific abilities you can also unlock. Things like the Dark Flower to make your Sunflower a more offensive class rather than a defensive support class.
That's amazing. And then it's just like from where you go from here, you guys just keep downloading extra and extra powers and making all these characters bigger and better.
They're having a lot of fun
with
it.
Customization.
A lot of fun, yeah.
That's really cool. Are we going to get a chance to take a look at
Yeah, let's
player?
jump into a
Let's
game.
take a look.
So we're going to jump into Garden Ops. So Garden Ops is a 4-player online co-op mode, but we're actually going to play it just single player today.
Okay.
So you can jump in single player and people can join you on the fly. We're going to play it on hard mode just so it looks a little bit more exciting from the get-go. So hopefully
I think Owen can handle it.
Say again?
I think Owen can handle it.
Yeah, he'll be all over it. Oh, he's good. So we're going to jump into Suburban Flats. So Suburban Flats is probably the most inspired by the original PvZ game. So it's supposed to look and feel like the original backyard from the game. So if you were kind of going outside of that very limited view that you had in the original PvZ game, this is where that house would have been.
Okay.
So in this game mode, Owen is going to choose a garden, and then he's going to plant that down, and he's going to protect against 10 waves of zombies and then have an extraction wave. One of the games that really inspired this game mode for us was Mass Effect. We're big Mass Effect fans, and Mass Effect 3 multiplayer very much inspired this gameplay mode. So he's going to jump in on his own, but luckily the plants can actually call in reinforcements, and this is where we bring in some of the tower defense element to the gameplay. So you'll see plants that you know and love from the original PvZ game and PvZ 2. And Owen's going to actually be able to jump in. So right away, you can see that it's very, very smooth and it's a 60-frame feel from the 1080p. Extremely colorful. There's not a lot out there that looks and feels
the
like
color
it does.
saturation is intense.
We really wanted to dial it up and make it feel like a very special environment. And also, you've got a little bit of Crazy Dave here, the plant leader, bringing you in a little bit of tips. So there's always a bonus garden in every map. So the bonus garden will give you extra points, but there's very limited lines of sight, and it's a little bit harder. So you're already on hard mode. We're going to go for one of the easier gardens here. So once the garden base is established, Owen can actually go over and choose. So now we've cheated and given ourselves a bunch of different plants, but you'll earn these as you play through the level up system and through your coin play. Let's put in one of the bamboo shoots, which is one of our newer artillery strike plants. This is one of my favorites. So this is going to cause a huge artillery strike to anyone around the garden. There's a couple more over here. So this one has got, on the left, Owen, has got a longer line of sight. So if we put something down here like the Scaredy Shroom, so when zombies get close, this guy is going to hide like he did in the original game, but he's got an extremely long range kind of sniper-like shot.
Nice.
So he'll be very effective in that placement.
So then you can just basically decide on like where they are in the game.
Yes.
Picking exactly which plant is going to be perfect for that space to protect your garden.
Exactly. And because Owen doesn't have a sunflower, he's going to need to put down a heal flower as well, which if you're playing solo is essential in this kind of game mode.
And you're just racking up the points for killing these zombies.
Yeah, so that was Bamboo Shoot throwing in those green explosions just there. Yeah. There we go, there's a heal flower, so you're able to keep himself alive. So basically, every 5 waves, you're going to see a boss wave, and that will be completely random. It will basically throw down a Zomboss slot machine, and as you go through, you can win coins, which is great, but also it'll randomly select different bosses. If you get 3 of the same boss, you get a super boss wave, and you'll be able to unlock some trophies with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you could play this a bunch of times, and it would be different each time you play it.
Yeah, every time you play, absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And people in the game mode he's playing right now, obviously we're not live yet, but people would be able to drop in and out of this game mode as well. And as people drop in, the difficulty will dynamically shift depending on how many people are playing.
That's great. How many players can you have online co-op?
In online co-op, it's up to 4 player, but you can also have someone playing on the PlayStation app on a tablet. So you're going to actually be able to play a version of the top-down version of the game, which is called Boss Mode, where you'll be able to actually bring in tactical artillery strikes, you'll be able to revive people, you'll be able to spot zombies, you'll be able to bring in healing stations. It's a lot of fun on the tablet, actually.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. You can also play that gameplay mode directly on the console, too.
Yeah, the gameplay looks great. I mean, if you guys are here in the booth, definitely get a chance to walk over there and play it. So when are we all going to get our hands on this, and will the PlayStation exclusives be available day one?
Yeah, this is coming out on August 19th. It's available to pre-order now, and the Fat Princess customization is exclusive for the PlayStation Store.
Awesome. All right, well, Gary, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been a explodey, colorful, fun adventure, and I cannot wait to try it out.
Excellent. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.
PlayStation